For those who love it, those who support it, and those who play it, Orange is here. Orange, proud sponsor of African football.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Players in the tunnels, just about ready to head out onto the Cairo turf. Yes, that's about how they got this far. For Sierra Leone, as mentioned, in Group A with 4 others. They started off with a goalless draw, cautiously finding their feet in their first ever under-20 AFCON finals appearance. Then accelerated away with a 4-1 win against the hosts Egypt, match day 2, a hat-trick for captain Momo Kamara. And then their 1-0 win against Tanzania. Was enough to secure that spot in the quarter-finals. First trip to the finals, first trip to the knockouts too. They'll be looking to secure a first trip to the Under-20 World Cup as well. Did have the disappointment of a 7-1 defeat to South Africa, which is ultimately what saw them finish as runners-up and come up against winning 3-2 against Kenya side, who may have exited with just a single point, but get themselves very proud. Goalless draw against Nigeria, and then that aforementioned 3-1 win against Tunisia. And now the players heading out onto the pitch. Very proud moments, as I'm sure will be hearing their national anthems played out in their honour. We will now take a brief pause whilst that happens. The 2 countries' anthems played out. We'll start with Morocco. Sharifian anthem sung out proudly. Now over to the Sierra Leonean players. Will it be they in exaltation? Come the final whistle here. Two meanings of exaltation. Of course, raising someone up. And also feeling of extreme happiness. They'll be happy with either definition, as long as they are to produce it. Here the Moroccan 11 aiming to stop them from doing just that. Yanis Ben-Chauch continues between the sticks for the Atlas Cubs. Back four of Kutun, Bal, Bakti, Zayouani, Lalawi, El Haddad and Es Hadak in midfield. Captain Muad Dayak and Otman Mama support Ayman Ergig. In attack for Morocco, 4-3-3 with El Haddad, the advanced midfielder. Hasn't been broken, so Mohamed Wabi hasn't tried to fix it. It has been working pretty nicely thus far in the competition. We do have a final score in the first quarter-final of the day. Nigeria advance to the semis and the Under-20 World Cup at the expense of Senegal. A 3-1 win in the penalty shootout. Will we go all the way to a shootout here? Abdel Nafiri, your referee.
I have here and
Next couple of hours, sitting with the two captains, the two number 10s. Two of the most significant goal threats on the pitch, Muad Dayak and Momo Kamara. Mr. Nafiri of Cameroon, supported, of course, in the VA office, should their intervention be required. As for the Sierra Leone 11, Mamadou Diallo between the sticks as well. Continuing on, Nathaniel Diallo joined in defence by Tirai, Bangara and Keita. Alpha Kabia, the CDM. There is the captain, Kamara, Momo that is. There are three Kamaras in that midfield four, Mohamed and Osman, as well as Saliu Ba, with Samuel Gandhi in the line for rising stars of Sierra Leone. Final huddle, team talk for Sierra Leone. They're ready to go. So is Abdel Nafiri. Here comes the countdown. So the referee blows the whistle and away we go in Cairo. The second quarter-final of this year's Total Energies CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Morocco take on Sierra Leone for a spot in the Final Four and the Under-20 World Cup in Chile later this year. Morocco in their traditional red and green, shooting from right to left as we watch on in this first 45. Sierra Leone in all blue, shooting the opposite direction, hoping they won't be feeling blue in a couple of hours' time. They've already reached uncharted territory just by qualifying for the finals, but showed they very much belonged on this stage. Excellent performance through the group stages. Have played an extra game compared to their opponents today in that five-team Group A. Sierra Leone manager Mohamed Kamara, opposite number, fellow head coach Mohamed Wabi, who was named the best coach of the group stage, guiding his rather injury-hit squad to an unbeaten group stage finish. Molded the Atlas Cubs into a well-oiled machine despite significant absences. Abdelhamid Ait Boudlal, first choice centre-back, subbed off in the first game. That 3-2 win against Kenya. Ismail Bakti saw a shot up there, ushered in alongside Balf. And then also Yassir Zabiri, first choice centre forward, or at least centre forward who started the first game, scored 2 as well. In the process of scoring that second goal, landed awkwardly and unfortunately was not to be seen again in this tournament. Really tough to watch. He was in tears as he was stretchered off. Didn't even manage to celebrate the goal. 2 goals in 10 minutes as well to turn things around against Kenya. But seemingly set to play no further part. He's still the joint second top scorer in the competition. Kamara well out in front with double the number of goals of anyone else. Nicely brought down there by Sayuani, left back. Put the ball in for the all-important goal against Tunisia. He held the ball there and got the decision. An early piece of organisation for Mamadou Diallo. Get his defence just how he wants it. Early threat to his goal here, inside 4 minutes. Whipped into the danger area, cleared away at the front post. Danger not over though. There again was Alpha Kabia. The block, and then the header out. Perhaps feeling it should have been a goal kick rather than a corner. It will be the latter. So important to this Sierra Leone setup. The defensive midfielder might be called upon again here. Captain Tag with the ball in. That was dealt with, and Morocco will be forced all the way back to Ben Chauch. Start again from the top. Group 1 this time, out to Odman Mama. Slipped but made it work, and cuts back inside again. It's a dangerous ball in as well. And then on the volley! Oh, that was not far away. Saad El Haddad struck that beautifully. Very, very near miss. Just over the bar. Diallo diving. Didn't get there. Dipped, but just too late. Wonderful technique, dropping from a great height, and see there, I think it may just have brushed the bar on its way over. Saad El Haddad, the only player of 8 to score more than 1 goal for Morocco during the qualifiers. Effectively top scorer with all of 2. To score in the finals. Very close to doing so there, but immediately down the other end, Sierra Leone with a corner of their own. Hustle and bustle, as you'd expect. Inside the box, free, with a keen eye on it. A word in 1 or 2 players' ears. Great crowd around Ben Chauch. It's over everyone in the end, harmlessly. Out for a goal kick. See the discussions ongoing there. Seemingly we're getting underway with a goal kick, but a free kick, evidently. Lamin Kamara. Built a well-drilled, balanced squad. Thrives on discipline and quick transitions. Saw one of those there as from the corner at one end to the other in the blink of an eye. He's instilled a real belief in his squad. They do look like they belong here. Follow along with the hashtag Total Energies AFCON U-20. See on the screen there. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on. It's got you off your seat in the first 7 or 8 minutes here. Action at both ends. Morocco coming the closest to breaking the deadlock through El Haddad on the volley. Otman Mama, who created that attack. Some great work down the right. It's been a real threat for the Atlas Cubs throughout the tournament thus far, and was indeed in the group stage 11. Created the highest number of chances of any of the Moroccan players in the tournament. See why there with his quick feet. Ayman Ergig has finished one of those chances. Scored the opener against Tunisia. Here's Kamara. And it's on, and a decent shot on target. Ben Shelsh carries it away. Rangefinder at the least for Samuel Gandhi. Kamara looking to add an assist to his impressive tally of goals. To put the early ball in there for Daniel Jallo. It's a bit of a miss-hit. Nonetheless, remains with Sierra Leone. Pleased to see a bit more of the ball now after not getting too much of it in the opening few minutes. Knockdown from Sadio Bar, doesn't reach Gandhi. So Leone win it back, another early ball in from Jallo, it's a better one. He beats into the ball, Kamara picks it up. And it's a deflected shot, comfortable for Ben Shelsh. Not afraid of a shot from range. Sierra Leone captain. All 3 goals in his hat-trick against Egypt came from around the edge of the box. One particularly impressive one, cannoned in off the underside of the bar. He added his 4th crucial single goal against South Africa on his birthday. Captain turned 20 on Tuesday last week. Marked it with that goal. This is their first game since then. So perhaps fresh legs, and using those fresh legs to his advantage there. Osman Kamara. Burst of acceleration, forcing Yanis Ben Shelsh to a bit more work. Generally, teams playing every 3 or 4 days. Morocco have had 5 days since their final group game. Yes, almost a week now for Sierra Leone after having effectively set out the final round of games in Group A. That slightly different setup for the 5-country Group A. Each set of 2 games, obviously a country having to miss out, and it was Sierra Leone to miss out last, watching on with their qualification already secured. Came down to the head-to-heads in the end. South Africa and Egypt also on 7 points. South Africa at the top, the hosts, despite that heavy loss to Sierra Leone, still qualifying as one of the best third-place teams. Very complicated set of permutations. They removed results against the bottom team. Zambia, very unfortunate to miss out. 4th place, but with 6 points. More beautiful footwork there from Mama. So 2 down the end. Other end rather, Osman Kamara showing his quick feet. It's over the head though of Mama. Corner for Morocco comes to nothing. Part of the Montpellier setup in the French top flight, be it in the top flight for just another few days. Relegation already confirmed from Ligue 1 for Montpellier. Bottom of Ligue 1 by a fair shot, and were beaten 4-1 by the champions PSG last weekend. Mama has played 12 times, scored 1, assisted 1 for La Payade. We'll see if he sticks around for their battle to get back to Ligue 1 starting next season. Very tough campaign for former French champion Montpellier, celebrating their 50th anniversary. That's exactly how they'd have wanted. Was born in France, Mama, but representing Morocco here at the youth levels. Be surprised to see him get an outing for the senior team sooner rather than later. Of course, is potentially the case for many of these young players destined for greatness for their countries. Under-20 AFCON has always been more than just a youth tournament, but a window into the future of African football. A number of extraordinary talents unveiled over the decades. First capturing continental attention before moving on to the heights of world football. Amongst them, Yaya Toure had the Best Player Award at the 2003 Under-20 AFCON for becoming a key figure in Barcelona's treble-winning side, and of course a Premier League powerhouse for Manchester City. The tournament before him, another Premier League midfield legend made his name, Michael Essien, and a little later, a certain Mohamed Salah impressed for Egypt before becoming Liverpool's Egyptian king, now hunting for a Ballon d'Or. He was at one point the favourite to be named the world's best player. Not quite there now after Liverpool's UEFA Champions League exit, but nonetheless, certainly, undeniably, been one of the very best players in the world over the last 12 months or so. Will we be saying that about one of these players in years and decades to come? Mohamed Kamara certainly looking a star of the future. He's on the front foot again here. It's 1-2 with Osman Kamara. Back to the captain. Goes for another 1-2. So the first time ball into the box doesn't come off. And Chelsh out to collect. Most recent player of the tournament has already gone on to great things again in France's Ligue 1, Lamine Camara. Now Monaco have secured another season in the UEFA Champions League as of a couple of days ago. He was the player of the tournament 2 years ago. Before that, it was a Leicester pair. Leicester of the English Premier League, of course. Abdul Fatawu of Ghana and Patson Daka of Zambia, winning the award in 2021 and 17, respectively. After a pretty frenetic start, tempo's just slowed down a touch. We close in on the 20-minute mark. Always turning into trouble there, Reda Alawi. No harm done. Turned 20 yesterday. Morocco's number 5. We'd have a belated birthday present in the shape of a win here. Good hunting, pressing from El Haddad. Gets the ball back in the Sierra Leone half. Koutoun, ball forwards for Mama. Can't get it under control. Spin takes it out. Mama, I think, saying that wanted that further infield. Didn't have a chance to get it under control. Gandhi, I think they're caught in the face by Hossam Esadak, who earns the first yellow card of the game. Yes, certainly eyes fixed on the ball for the Moroccan midfielder, but undeniably a high boot and a deserved booking for the man who ported the armband in the final group game. It's now back with Muadak, who started that game on the bench. Esadak will have to be careful now. The remaining 70+ minutes. Of course, not wanting to leave his teammates at a numerical disadvantage, but also certainly not wanting to miss the chance to play in the semi-finals should Morocco make it there. Be surprised to see a cagey affair. It was anything but cagey in the opening minutes, but see the goalless draw in the first quarter-final. I'm sure won't be the only one from these 4 matches. Almost more important than the semi-finals, these quarter-finals. Holding, as they do, a ticket to the World Cup in Chile later this year. This 25th edition of the Under-20 AFCON. As ever, serving as the qualifiers as well for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. 4 semi-finalists be the CAF representatives in Chile in September and October. Reigning champions Uruguay will not be there to defend their title. finished 5th in the South American Under-20 Championship, and in doing so became the 8th consecutive title holder to fail to qualify for the subsequent tournament. Something of a winner's curse at the Under-20 World Cup, it would appear. Africa has traditionally performed pretty strongly at FIFA's Under-20 global showpiece. Morocco performing pretty well here. Zayouani cross blocked immediately by Saliubar. On we go with a Morocco throw. Zayouani will himself turn 20 this week, at the very end of the week on Sunday. Precisely 1 week younger than Lalawi, alongside him, and 8 days younger than Ben Schausch, who turned 20 as well over the weekend. I'm sure there won't have been too many celebrations, too many parties for these young Moroccans, focused on the task in hand here. These are no ordinary games. Not that I'm saying any of these young players would take any professional match lightly, but here, under the continental spotlight, knowing the world is watching on, many scouts, talent spotters from the biggest clubs in the world will be watching this tournament. Legends as well. We saw Arsene Wenger at a number of the under-17 AFCON games, watching on from the stands. Balf caught there by Samuel Gandhi. Leone in centre forwards. Not impressing Mohamed Wabi, and arguably a little lucky to avoid a yellow there himself. Chested down by Guy. Another collision, this time a legal one in the eyes of the referee. Another collision between Balf and Gandhi. This time Balf very much looking for it. The Anderlecht prospect looking to block off centre forward. He aimed to close down Ben Schausch. Dayak and Nathaniel Jallo there. And the other pair to come together just outside the Sierra Leone box. Plenty of talent on the Atlas Cubs bench to be introduced at some point. I'd say both Jallo and Dayak back on their feet. Jallo joining Momo Kamara in the best group stage 11. Only Nigeria and Zambia also had 2 players in that 11, along with Sierra Leone. Shows just how impressive they've been thus far in the tournament. Zayouani chased that one, but won't get there. Select starting a little too much of his left back. Sierra Leone just trying to regain a foothold here. Proceedings, Morocco have had the best of the last 5 minutes or so. The shooting stars just a touch pinned back at the moment. Still stuck in their own half. Brave attempt to spin away there by El Haddad. Doesn't keep it in. Shots to 2 in favour of Sierra Leone thus far, though. Haven't had the most of the ball, but have produced the most attempts. Al Haddad with the most dangerous one for either side. It's he who drives on here. Finds Mama. Lovely flick through to Dayak. Mangara couldn't take too much of a risk there. Inside his area. Flick at the ball, but quickly drawing back his foot. So wary of giving away a penalty. Know that any contact, and surely the opposition attacker will be pretty happy to go to ground. As Al Haddad broke away from Alpha Kabia there. The pivot for Sierra Leone, doing himself some damage. Seems to be moving okay now. Would be a real blow if they were to lose number 5. Keeps things ticking over in the engine room of Sierra Leone side. Now it's Morocco, very much ticking. Tempo increasing. Mama, though, couldn't quite produce the killer final ball. We'll get on the end of it here. Found again by Dayak, his captain, but crowded out by a couple of the Sierra Leone backline. So Ioane beating Gandhi to the ball, but unable to put it out for another throw. Finally gaining some territory back here, Sierra Leone. It's not for long. Gandhi's Trivella pass. The best contact, and rolling on through to Ben Schausch. Another Ligue 1 prospect, part of the Monaco setup. As mentioned, we'll be playing in the UEFA Champions League next season. See if Ben Schausch gets a run out at any point. Another yellow card. It's time for a foul on Dayak. Alpha to right. Entering the book. That's bundling into the back. The Morocco captain. Rai Smile from the young centre-back. Now plays his club football for FK Radnitsky in Serbian Second League. Joined earlier this year. Another he'll have to be careful for an hour or so, at least. So Ioane waiting to get us back underway. Instructions as ever from Mohamed Wabi. Kabia calmly turns away from El Haddad. Plays the safe pass. Looks a safe enough pass, but a heavy touch from Mohamed Kamara. And a possession over to Morocco. Mama and Keita battling away on the far side. That'll be a game-long battle, one would imagine. Shot from range, another one which ripples the top of the net. This time it's Lalawi. Even further out than El Haddad. Look how much that dipped. Once again, a little too close for comfort for Mamadou Diallo. Cut back to the action, as was the case the last time. It was already down the other end with Sierra Leone. This time it came to nothing. Instead it's Morocco looking to break away. Dyke takes the throw quickly. Nice dummy from Lalawi. So there's a space here for Esadak. Onto Mama. It's actually Kutoon. Over there on the right wing. Came back to the right back. Keita drawing the foul. That will allow Sierra Leone to ease the pressure. The close attentions of both Kutoon and El Haddad. Tensions too close for the referee's liking. Nutmeg from Dayak. Two Kamaras don't quite combine this time. Momo and Osman. Osman Kamara, part of the Arsenal youth setup. Played a few times in the Premier League 2 this season for the Gunners under-21s. Can't keep that one in though. Plenty of pace, the 18-year-old. Hope to feature even more next season in North London. All the way back to Ben Schausch from Lalawi. Analysis always ongoing these days for the technical staff. You see the iPad out there, data being input into the system. Saliba flick it on where he failed. Jalal succeeded. Set away Gandhi, but again comes to nothing in the end. Saliba has already got 5 caps for the senior side, despite being just 18 years of age. Made his international debut almost 2 years ago, quite astonishingly. September 2023. In a 2-1 loss to Guinea-Bissau. 1 day after his 17th birthday. possession stats are reasonably evenly balanced. Morocco had slightly more. There is Bar. Ball in towards Gandhi. Acrobatically cleared in the end. This half and this game remain in the balance. There is another quarter-final ongoing, taking place simultaneously with this one between Ghana and Egypt. There have been 2 goals there, both for the young Pharaohs. Egypt 2-0 up inside half an hour. It will be the winner of that match to play the winner here. So looking pretty likely, albeit with a good 50-odd minutes to go. It is a spot up against Egypt on offer here for Morocco and Sierra Leone. Saliba back to his feet. Quick bit of treatment from the medics. If it is to be Sierra Leone coming up against potentially Egypt in the final 4, it'll make them the first debutant to reach the semi-final since Congo in 2007. They would also become the 11th West African country to make it to the semi-finals. Morocco, meanwhile, far from debutants. Featuring in the finals for the 13th time in all. Made their debut back in 1979. One-time winners in 97. Also semi-finalists in 87 and 2005. Looking to reach the final 4 for the 4th time. That's quite brilliantly done by El Haddad. The shot from range had to be tipped over. But they're getting closer. This time it was Hossam Esadak with that pile driver from a good 25 meters out. You can see it was moving in the air, almost knuckleball-esque. Certainly on target and an excellent save from Mamadou Diallo to keep his side on level terms. Previous 2 most dramatic moments saw them fly just over his bar. That one would have been flying just under without the keeper's intervention. Still a corner to deal with here. Now into the final 5 of this first half. In swinger, and it's not claimed by Diallo. It's rather a let-off. It's into a decent area. No one made connection. Baxi, one of the closest. Almost all seem to misjudge the flight of that delivery. Webby watching on. I've loved to see his side open the scoring there. There's the cliched best time to score just before half-time. Take the momentum into the second half and force the opposition manager to rip up their half-time team talk, their half-time plans, re-evaluate. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see some cagey matches here in the quarterfinals. Sierra Leone, in their admittedly small sample size games at the under-20 AFCON finals, have tended to be involved in matches that have produced plenty of goals. They scored 6 in the group stage, the joint most in the tournament, but conceded 5, which is the highest number among the teams that reached the last 8, albeit with having, of course, played an extra match. In their loss to South Africa, they managed 6 shots on target, scored just the 1. Have faced 20 attempts for those, of course, so far this evening, more than any other quarter-finalist as well. Jello does come out and claim this one. It's a little uncertain on that corner. Caught in 2 minds. No harm done ultimately. Kamara feeling he was fouled there. Referee disagreed. Of those many goals, though, most have come a fair way into the game. 5 of Sierra Leone's 6 have come in the second half, all scored after the 60th minute. Their only first half goal was courtesy of Gandhi, the 1-0 win against Tanzania. That was the 37th minute. They tend to grow into games. It's a nicely worked move even before that spectacular shot from Esadak. They thought it was in for a split second in the Morocco dugout. Well-deserved appreciation of Jello's equally spectacular save. So too, 4 of Morocco's 6 goals have come in the second half. Punch clear from Ben Chauch, dropped to a Sierra Leone boot, and you can see what the travelling fans thought there, that Saliou Ba was about to hammer that home. Couldn't find the target though. Had to take it quickly. Awkward technique on the bounce, coming at him pretty quickly. Still in party mood. Dancing in the stands. A few who have made the pretty lengthy trip from Sierra Leone to Egypt. Good 5,000 kilometers. Three minutes of additional time at the end of this first half, and it's Sierra Leone currently on the front foot. Jello has his cross blocked. Try and ensure that rolls out for a throw he can take. It did, but he threw it straight to a Moroccan. Lamine Camara will be pleased though that it's his side finishing here on the up. Nathaniel Jallo, I think, committing a free kick, committing a foul rather. It will be a Morocco free kick. Lucifer Sierra Leonean persuasion in the stands disagreeing, as you'd expect. Kamara unmoved on the sidelines. It is now 2-1 in the other quarter-final. As he's Issa, halving the deficit in first half stoppage time. We get a goal in stoppage time here. There's Jallo again, pulls it to the edge, Chakabia. Found his captain, but decision has gone against Momo Kamara. Ismail Bakhti, along with his centre-back partner, playing his football in Europe, Sturm Graz in Austria. Well, as mentioned, with Anderlecht in Belgium. There are them just 18. Pair of 19-year-olds at the back temporarily deal with that danger for Sierra Leone, but it's not over yet. Now it is. Could be a Sierra Leone free kick here after 3 minutes, already having come and gone. Gandhi caught by Bakhti. Another nutmeg. This time from El Haddad. Players with those quick feet. Sierra Leone shooting stars there. I know slouches themselves. Find themselves on their quick counter-attacks. So worry here though. Gandhi still down. Free kick might be the final action of the first half. For now, both sets of fans still all smiles, still flying the flags. They're young players, 45 minutes, perhaps more, away from a spot at the Under-20 World Cup and in the Final Four of the Under-20 AFCON. Indeed, not even time for the free kick to be taken. There is the half-time whistle. Gandhi is back on his feet. But after a few close calls, mostly at the Sierra Leone end. El Haddad with a volley that went just over. Oh, my mama. Constant thorn in the side of that Sierra Leone defence. It was Hossam Esadak who came the closest of all. A rocket from distance tipped over by Jallo. And so, despite those close calls, so it is still goalless at the halfway point. Morocco 0, Sierra Leone 0. Second half to come. Actually Sierra Leone with slightly more of the ball in the end. That possession stat was in Morocco's favour for much of the first half, albeit not by a huge amount, and see just how evenly split the two teams have been. 4 attempts apiece, 2 on target for Sierra Leone, 1 for Morocco. Slightly better passing accuracy and a few more corners for the Atlas Cubs, but very much in the balance heading into the second half. Morocco came the closest in the first half, but who, if anyone, will break the deadlock in the second 45? Join us in just Just under 15 minutes to find out. Look back now at the first half of this quarter-final between Morocco and Sierra Leone at the under-20 AFCON. Ball into the middle, headed away before Malawi could get anything on it, and then caught beautifully on the volley by El Haddad, just dipping over the bar. Might even have brushed it on its way past. Shot on target from Samuel Gandhi and Osman Kamara, each testing Enis Ben Shaush in this first half. Pulled back by Dayak. Mohamed not able to get his feet sorted. Shot from distance came in from Red El Alawi, also dipping over the bar. From further out, dipping quite incredible amounts, but not quite enough. Battling away in midfield, Lalawi. Sadak with acrobatic clearance. And then it was he, down the other end, who came the closest in this first half to breaking the deadlock. A spectacular effort from range, a spectacular save too, however, from Mamadou Diallo. This one was heading just under the bar, unlike the two before it. For all their attempts. And excellent football all round. First 45 minutes. Half-time score in Cairo is Morocco 0, Sierra Leone 0.
دوسيان خلي
welcome back to Egypt for the second half of the second quarter-final at the 2025 Total Energies CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Morocco and Sierra Leone meeting here for a place in the Final Four. And at the Under-20 World Cup, nothing to separate them thus far. Goalless after 45 minutes. Morocco came the closer of the two. Number of efforts from around the edge of the area or a little further out. El Haddad with a volley just over the bar. Leone with an effort from even further out, also went over the bar. Hossam Esadak, well, his shot was heading under the bar until it was tipped over by Mamadou Diallo in spectacular fashion. For all that though, it is still 0-0 as we get back underway here for the second 45. Who, if anyone, will find a way to break the deadlock? If it is no one, well then we will head to extra time. There will be 30 minutes of extra time if required for a penalty shootout, unlike the recent Under-17 AFCON, it went straight to penalties. Indeed, the first quarter-final between Nigeria and Senegal a little earlier today did go all the way to penalties after a goalless draw, and the Flying Eagles flying through to the Final Four. First ball into the box in the second half, it's courtesy of Osman Kamara. Now in support of him, Mohamed Kamara. Over on the left-hand side was further over to the right for the first half. I'm sure if there's been a reshuffle. It'll become clearer as the second half ticks on. No changes in terms of personnel. At the halfway point, left back Keita sends in a dangerous looking cross there, which was just over the head of Saliou Ba. Nathaniel Diallo, the other fullback, Hilo, can only send that out for a goal kick. Important challenge, sliding in there, Esadak. Might turn defence into attack. Mama can't knock that through to El Haddad. This is down though. Keeps Sierra Leone pinned back. Seemingly has earned a free kick. Tenacity from Morocco's number 7 as Saidi Moussa Bangara tried to shepherd that out for a goal kick. Certainly a handful of the Atlas Club Cubs shirt. Seemingly standing on his toes as well. It is indeed a Sierra Leone free kick. I thought the assistant seemed to be flagging for that, but the reaction of Bangara was that of someone who'd just been penalised. Just assuming the slightly guilty conscience after dropping a handful of Ahmed's shirts. Either way, doesn't stay with Sierra Leone for long here. It's fine out to Mama. Far too much on that though from his captain. Shake of the head from the Montpellier man. Watching on there from the sidelines, Kevin Cargbo. He's a member of the Wimbledon under-18s. Hope to get his at least cameo later on. like the first half, it was a frenetic start to the second. Now settling down a touch as we reach the 50-minute mark in total, 5-minute mark since the restart. They play their way out via their number 5, Leone towards the Dayak. Tried to let that run across him, El Haddad, but he succeeded in giving away to his opposite number in every sense. Osman Kamara, Sierra Leone's number 24. Fouled by Morocco's 24. Just a few seconds of play from El Haddad, who was a bright spark in the first half, but clearly that didn't impress Mohamed Wabi. Chance to send the ball into the box for Sierra Leone here. It's a goal instead. Through the box and immediately back out of it. Not finding the target. That was moving at some pace though from Sanu Musa Bangara, East End Lions centre back, currently top of the Sierra Leonean top flight. Switched places. Romo over to the right, Mohamed to the left. Given away immediately by the latter. Reminder there of the hashtag total Anji's AFCON U-20. Join the conversation online at your social media platform of choice. Plenty to talk about thus far. If no goals, as things stand. That past Bangara. Andy felt he won that legally. Referee disagreed. Mohamed Wabi patrolling the touchline. Just his assistants work with the technology there. As we come back to the action, Charles right at the edge of his area to ensure beat Gandhi to the ball, as it was the assistant raising his flag. Would have been a tight call, but I think just about the right one. Looked particularly iffy there, just as we joined the live pictures, because the backspin took it towards the Sierra Leone centre forward. Nonetheless, Ben Chelch getting there. Mohamed by Kamara. Couple of Sierra Leone players there in a battle with El Haddad, who is the latest to enter the book. Kamara stays down. Oh, and you can see why. I almost wonder if VAR might have a look at that, because as much as it was a genuine attempt at the ball, that is pretty unpleasant. Trying to put his foot through the ball from an awkward position on his haunches. That was studs up. Not quite enough force for VAR to get involved. We'll have to wait and see. Glad to see that Mohamed Kamara is a little less in pain. It's the follow through that's that a potential ankle breaker. For now, no official word of VAR intervention. Indeed, we will get back underway with just the yellow card for El Haddad. Saad El Haddad for Venezia. Zinter challenging with Mama there. As has often been the case. On the right-hand side, Mama's ball though straight into the gloves of Mamadou Diallo. Made 3 appearances for Venezia, El Haddad, over the course of the Serie A campaign. Eligible to send either Italy or Morocco. Move to the former pretty young, seemingly committing his future to the Atlas Cubs and perhaps growing into an Atlas Lion in years to come. A teenager. Has made a debut for the senior side, but only at a friendly level, so not officially committed yet. See the high press there from Sierra Leone. Morocco work their way through it. Having done so, that means they have a little more space in which to work in the final third. Sahiwani though couldn't find way past Saliu Bar. Kabia finds his captain. Calmly done as ever by Momo Kamara. One of the most impressive things about him is Gandhi gets away, gets a shot away. Leading into his defender. He's always going to be up against it here, off balance. Did well to divert it towards goal, and it will be a corner. Clear deflection. Just get things under control in the box here. Grappling. This is always the case in Summit over Kutoon. Kamara. A few words of advice from the referee. Straight to a Morocco man at the near post. That's a swing and a miss from Amara Keita. He's able to make amends though. Straight back now. Outside to Mamadou Diallo, the right back. Little out of position and taking a touch like a fish out of water there on the left hand side. Make up his mind, get his feet sorted. How to get back now. Sainu Bangara takes one for the team there. Get the feeling. Centre back over to ensure that went no further with a gaping hole on the right hand side of his defence. It's taken down beautifully by the fullback. But from there, seems to be totally sure where he was going, losing his footing. Falling into Kutoon. Commit to a love of the national side. Pretty young around these parts. He'll grow into that shirt. Kamara's ball over to Nathaniel Diallo, his fellow best 11 member from the group stage. That is best piece of footwork in the tournament thus far. Yes, I was saying Kamara's cool, calm collectedness thus far on his way to becoming the top scorer of the group stage. Even after securing his hat-trick, spectacular hat-trick it was against the hosts, he was almost unreactive in his celebrations. Instinctive finishes, great composure all round from Kamara. He's been shining since the qualifiers. Finished as joint top scorer of the WAFU Zone A tournament, 3 goals there. Also named the competition's best player. Went on to become the best player of the group stages. Here in the finals, you make it a clean sweep. To do so, you'd imagine Sierra Leone will have to go on at least into the final 4, probably to the final itself. We're an hour gone. We're no closer to figuring out if they will do so. Dad can't release Ayman Egi. He's been a little isolated at times, the number 9. A lot of smart, intricate play behind him, but not much of it, finding it all the way to the number 9. Final pass lacking, or shots coming in from the edge of the area. Sierra Leone try and play it out from the back. Impressive two-footedness there from Shooting Stars keeper. Cello pass with his right. Very nicely weighted chip with his left to his left back. Will now take the throw. Sierra Leone came into this tournament with no pressure as debutants. See how far they can go, but with a sense of opportunity here. 1 goal, potentially away from the Under-20 World Cup, another first. Leading on immediately from this first. Morocco, though, formidable opponent. Bangura flying into the back of El Haddad. Nothing more than a Morocco free kick. Smart passing again from Morocco. Playing it around in triangles. Ball though, straight to Bangura. That'll be over his head, but Heat is there as well. Right into the air, awkward one. Kamara does well to get his head on it. No one picks it up. Moves away from 2 in a row. Brought down. Dismissive way from Alpha Cabia, and the referee agrees that it wasn't a foul. Get the ball. Into midfielder. Well spotted by the referee. Game's 2-1. Quarter-final opening. Egypt with the lead against Ghana. Winner there will play the winner of this match in the semis. For those who joined us since half-time break. Egi with the ball for once, but couldn't do anything with it and get the decision he was at least half expecting. Saliba knocks it onto Kamara. He can't find his namesake, Osman Kamara. Down. This time by the captain, who takes it back to Bangara. Lovely switch of play over to the right. Cello though down, only temporarily. Mohamed Kamara onto Osman Kamara. The Arsenal teenager fires it straight into a fullback. They're on the door here, Sierra Leone. For all the good football that's been played, XG is pretty low. 0.1 for Morocco, 0.16 for Sierra Leone thus far. Might just take one clear-cut opportunity. We haven't had one in almost 3 quarters after 90 minutes now. And this corner produced one. That's a moment for it. It's a moment from Daniel Jallo. Come back to haunt him. It was watched up close by us live. Should be a knock-on effect from this. Studs got caught in the turf, I think, as much as anything. Just weakened that ankle. Maybe a blow to lose. Right back. Officially one of the best 11 players in the group stages in this tournament. Now we play on. And it's delivered onto the head of a man in blue. Bangara. It was actually Alpha Turai. Swallow centre back. Seemed to surprise him. Didn't go anywhere near Ben Chalsh's goal. Centre-back who made a game-high 7 interceptions in their most recent game, the defeat to South Africa. Al-Haddad over on the right-hand side, in slides Keita. Picks a chunk of the man as well as the ball. That would be out for Morocco corner. The first time we've seen the ball put between the legs of the shooting stars. A triple change to be made here by Mohamed Wabi. 14, 17, 23. Come on, Ismail Awad. One of those. Kitted up and ready. So too, Jones, El Abdelawi and Adam Boyar. Substitutes on match day 3 as well. Indeed, El Abdelawi getting on the score sheet in stoppage time. Cementing win against Tunisia. On comes Obama, shaking the hand, disappointed not to get either on the score sheet or an assist. It's good work. Same could be said of Saad El Haddad. So now watching on the final quarter. The 90 minutes, not necessarily of the match. The corner is cleared away by Turai. Starting to reach the point. Could be next goal wins. There is Ismail Awad, another Ligue 1 prospect, part of the Lens Academy. Chance to run at the Sierra Leone defence for Jones El Abdelawi. Born in Norway. He's Morocco's number 17. In Oslo. Was born and raised there. Played for the Norway under-15s through to under-18s before switching allegiance. Also just switched country in terms of its club as well. Moving to Celta Vigo in Spain earlier this year. Well, unfortunately, Nathaniel Jallow does have to make way. Right back. Hope to shake that off and play in the semi-finals should he get there. Also coming off one of the Kamaras, Osman Kamara, for Sierra Leone's number 7. What kind of impact can Mohamed Fofana have? And another change, actually see that. 4th for Morocco, Gig off for El Mokhtari. It's immediately on the attack here. Mokhtari and co. Another shot from range from Hassan Esadak. This not as threatening as his one in the first half. So 20 minutes remaining of the 90. Kamara with 2 for company, does really well to hang on to the ball there. Find Sierra Leone's other set of fresh legs. Santigi Forna, 18-year-old. He's a midfielder by trade, but seems to be slotting in the right-back role vacated by Jallow. Heels there from Kamara. Change of outfit for the youngest Moroccan fan in the stadium, reporting the colours. Jallow takes it forwards. This time a long ball through to Gandhi. Chested it down towards Kamara. A free kick quickly taken from the ground by Lalawi. Almost under-hit it and handed it straight back to the Sierra Leone captain. But Jumabar can't keep that in. Shooting Stars makeshift right back. Turned 18 this time last week. Knocked into the middle by El Abdelawi. The header was straight at Jallow. Huge opportunity for Adam Boya. Probably the biggest of the game. Is that the clear-cut chance we were talking about? It's Ismail Belf on the back foot. It's a free kick. Andy knocking him over. Diving header from the Morocco substitute. He thought it was the moment. Youngest fan was fixated on other things, but most of those in red and green in the stands are off their feet. The header from Boya. too close to Jallo, taking nothing away from the keeper. Good positioning, parried it away to safety as well. Sometimes known as just Adam Boya, another born in Europe, in Spain. Currently playing there too for Elche. Appearances for the Moroccan youth sides. 1 goal in his 3 appearances in the Segunda division in Spain for Elche. Would have loved the first goal of the tournament here in the under-20 AFCON. That miss come back to haunt he and his side. Taken down calmly on his chest by Alpha Touray. Taking to the final 15 now. He will get cagey. May well open up, you never know. That was a nervy moment at the back for Morocco. Ben Chouch with the punch. I can feel the offside flag might be coming. Tried to take that quickly. Referee and assistant still not pleased with where it was taken from. See why here. Close to the area, and I tell you what, might actually have been offside there, unless it was for the second involvement. As he moved towards the ball, Hamid Fofana. Either way, initial danger had been dealt with. Hamid Wabi, increasingly animated. 48-year-old technician appointed head of this under-20 Morocco side over 3 years ago, back in March 2022. Determined to bring the trophy back to Morocco for the first time in almost 3 decades. His philosophy based on possession. His opponents today based on a compact defensive shape and rapid counter-attacks. Chouch. Nice piece of distribution out to the left-hand side. Zayouini bring it forwards. Gara gets in the way. And, good work from Samba Juma Bar to get to the ball first. Nicely works there by Leone. Might just release Mohamed Kamara down the right-hand side. Back forwards towards Gandhi. Now comes Ben Chouch to claim. It's going to go one of 2 ways. Final 10 minutes or so here. But it might go one of 2 ways. Dayak went down right on the edge of the area. Was there contact? Will VAR get involved? Was he onside? Yes, that's your first answer. Got to the ball first. Oh, I think it was just inside the area. Was there contact? Not obviously. From that angle. Didn't see any contact. Certainly beats Jallo to the ball. Morocco captain going to ground. They felt it was a penalty. This will be no surprise. We are being held here. The referee has his finger to his ear. VAR are checking this. Huge moment for these two sides in this tournament and for their World Cup prospects. 10 minutes remain of this quarter-final. Daniel Jallo watches on nervously from the sidelines. Dijk back on his feet now. Finally breaking the lines. The Sierra Leone defence. And the referee has been told to look at this once again on his pitch side monitor. Well, that tends to go one way. Don't often see the referee stick with his on-field decision, but was there contact? Got another viewing here. That not the clearest angle. Undeniable that Dijk got to the ball before Jallo. We see exactly where it took place. That's certainly inside the box. If it is to be a foul, I think it will be a penalty. Was there contact? So, see the right knee of Jallo just touching the line. The left boot of Dijk probably just inside the line. Here's the third angle. He certainly didn't get the ball, Mamadou Jallo. Whether or not he got the player, would you deem that to be a foul for making the chances of Dijk reaching the path, the touch he just made possible? Is that enough for a penalty? It's far from clear-cut. The referee wants a number of views of this replay. To say from that angle, I think it's the best one. I'm not sure there's enough contact there, but it's the referee's decision that really matters, and he's seen enough. What will his decision be? He didn't see behind the assistant, but that, you think, is a Sierra Leone free kick. Tell from the reaction of Dijk, he's not got the penalty he wanted. They're dancing in the stands, and it's in the Sierra Leone section. It's been a pretty well-managed quarter-final thus far. Will that be the spark for tensions to build, to simmer? We'll get a bit of needle here in the remainder of this knockout match. Seemingly the free kick, rather than a goal kick for a dive, no yellow card. Perhaps it was a goal kick. Either way, that doesn't really matter. What matters now is what happens in the remaining 7 minutes, plus additional time, plus potential extra time. Nervous few minutes there for the Shooting Stars. They'll thank their lucky stars that the referee stuck with his original on-field decision. It was not clear-cut. There wasn't enough contact for the referee to have dealt with Mafire sticking with his on-field decision. How did you see that? How important could that be for this Sierra Leone side? Clean slate now, 6 minutes to win this. To claim a spot in the semi-final and the World Cup. Kamara, let's fly! Good show, the save. Oh, he's building up nicely. Mohamed Kamara with the space, the temptation to shoot, pulled the trigger, was heading in, close enough for Ben Schausch that was a save he would perhaps expect to make. He's moving at a fair old speed. Carried away. Sierra Leone corner. 5 minutes remain of the 90. Took it onto the head of Red El Alawi. And that shot from range this time. Keita unblocked. The kind deflection for Ben Schausch. His cross into the middle, which was by his fellow substitute, the biggest chance of the game so far. I think you can still call that the header for Boya, despite the drama of the last few minutes. Dyke did well to get there first, touch too heavy. Even though he beat Jello to the ball, I feel he could have stayed on his feet. Touch been a little lighter, slotted it into an empty net. Tension too much to take for some in the crowd. Didn't see Mohamed Wabi's reaction to that VAR decision. Still seems to be reasonably cool and calm. The former Anderlecht youth coach, now with an Anderlecht youth player in his back line. That one over the head of El Abdelawi. Pretty late here in Cairo, 7:45 local time. Even the youngest in the crowd will be going to sleep anytime soon. Abdelawi with a cute backheel pass to Esadak. To confirm, there is still the 3 substitutes on the pitch for Morocco. Saw an erroneous graphic a little earlier. It said Geek had gone off. He is still on the pitch. Lively informed, he is off. It was one of the triple change. It was not an additional 4th change though. So still 2 remaining to Mohamed Wabi. It's now Boya, the focal point of the Atlas Cup's attack. And the camera with a smart change of direction. Looks to release Saliou Ba. He couldn't beat Salouani to the ball, but did get there. Sambajuma Ba. His early ball in, dealt with. 90 seconds remain of the 90 minutes. Sierra Leone with the ball. Kamara. Left. It's a very long-range shot, the one which still needed to be saved by Ben Schausch. Had to be hacked away by Balf. Keita was far from his first long-range effort. That, though, was the longest range. Nonetheless, worked the Moroccan keeper. Fofana. Peter once again. Long-range effort, which found the target, a short-range pass, which didn't. Played it behind Mohamed Kamara and avoid the ball. Resulted in his centre-back getting a yellow card. Cynical foul. Angara ensuring that went no further. It was heading for the postage stamp pretty much there from the left back, curling away from Ben Chelsh. What a way to win the quarter-final that would have been. Said Momo Kamara produced some pretty impressive long-range goals in that 4-1 win against Egypt, but that would have been pale in comparison. 8 minutes of additional time, plenty of drama still to come, even before we potentially reach extra time. That's a Morocco free kick, hacked away once but twice. Ball towards Fofana, chests it down. Kutu with the challenge. Remains with Sierra Leone in the final third. Change, this one the third for Sierra Leone. Off comes Sayuba. Arsenal youngster. Another impressive performance. Number 8 replaced by the number 9. Sulaiman Sheriff Kagbo. Performance here. For West Africa. Corner into a good area. A couple of heads there. Be picked up by Barr at the right back position. His cross-come shot deflects, loops through to Ben Chelsh. Another East End Lions player, Sulaiman Sheriff Kagbo, going for a domestic title, going for a continental title here. Number 9 for both club and country, at the youth level at least. Presumably now be a front two for Sierra Leone and a change of shape from their 4-1-4-1, with which they stuck to this point. Something more like a 4-4-2. 4-1-3-2 maybe. Looped ball into the box, just over the head of Anambaya. Fofana has switched out to the right-hand side as part of that reshuffle. Two Kamaras still in the middle of the pitch. Here's Momo looking for the through ball to Fofana. Comes to nothing. Just look to be a little short on ideas now, the Atlas Cubs. Can still strike at any moment, they've shown that. 0 to 100 in a few seconds, but it's Sierra Leone having slightly the better of this stoppage time period so far. Here, as this the moment now flicked on. Well, Samba Juma Bar holds up his hands in frustration. Did come off his hand during play, that's the problem. So the reaction of the Morocco players who felt that should have been a penalty. It's going to be another tight call problem. One VAR will surely check. Bit of carelessness there from the right back, brought on moments ago. An enforced change to their first choice fullback, Nathaniel Jallo. Performed well thus far.
Thank you very much.
Sabajima Bar, but that is one I hope he doesn't live to regret anymore. He already does. It's either. So seemingly he also enters the Berg. To be a free kick just outside the box. Or if it were to be overturned, a penalty. No sign of VAR getting involved. Free. It's proceeding as normal.
Another
member rather of the Sierra Leone backline into the back three of the back four now. And shown a yellow. What this will be. Next set piece. 5 men in the wall. Draft excluder. Mohamed Fofana shaped draft excluder, ensuring that he sneaks under the wall. Well, now there is sign of VAR intervention for the second time. It was an escape the last time that Abdul Mefiri went to his pitch side monitor, and he's there again. It's tight, but I have to say, first viewing, it looks like it is outside the box. If we're watching it in fast forward rather than slow-mo, watching it at the same speed as the referee. He spent about 2 minutes looking at the previous pitch side monitor moment. That's been a far quicker viewing. Morocco didn't get the penalty they craved about 10 minutes ago. Once again, they're frustrated. VAR just wanting to make doubly sure. Referee was satisfied. And for the second time in about 10 minutes, sticks with his on-field decision. That doesn't mean the danger is over just yet, though. Oh, but it's been upgraded from a yellow to a red. No penalty. But Sierra Leone are down to 10. The referee's seen something there. There was enough to upgrade that to a dismissal. And the substitute, Sabajima Bar, only entered proceedings a little over 15 minutes ago. Exit stage right. So we move beyond the 98 minutes that were originally scheduled. I'd imagine there are a few more to come. Whatever happens here, presumably the referee decided it was a cynical handball rather than an accidental one on second viewing. Either way, as I was saying, the danger is far from over, even without a penalty. Upgraded from 5 to 6 men in the wall now. Draft excluder still there. Sam Esadak flicks it to his right. Straight into the wall. Sierra Leone survive. Look to break away. They will now have a numerical disadvantage for the remainder of normal time here, and extra time should it come. Check of the watch from Mohamed Lamine Kamara. They're well beyond the 98s, but of course, fair amount of time spent without the ball in play during the build-up to that free kick, then the VAR check, and Then another build-up. Brought down by El Abdelawi. Stoppage time hero on match day 3. And we repeat that in the quarterfinals. Focus, says Mamadou Diallo. He's light one defender. No immediate change from the Sierra Leone head coach to bring on another. Still 2 changes available to him. Lost one of their tallest defenders. Green with 100 minutes on the clock. Not for the first time in stoppage time. Adam Boya misses a golden opportunity. And there is the final whistle. After more than 100 minutes of play, still nothing to separate these two, and we will head to extra time. Really frustrated, Boya ruining his miss, but also ruining the decisions perhaps made by the referee. Having a discussion there with the man in charge, Mr. Nafiri. A man of quite significant self-confidence, you have to say, twice sticked in his on-pitch decision, despite VAR sending him to his pitchside monitor. Now the 22 players will head to the sidelines for a few instructions from their respective head coaches for the next 30 minutes to come. Some of the substitutes not having quite the cameo they might have hoped for. Samba Jumaba sent off for that handball. Adam Boya with possibly Morocco's 2 biggest chances of the match. Centre forward heading both of them wide of the target. They'll have to pick themselves up though. Obar won't be able to himself up from the bench, now watching on for the remainder. But Boya will have to put the misses behind him to make good on the remaining half an hour of open play before we potentially head to penalties. It went all the way to spot kicks without a goal in the first quarter-final. A little earlier today, Nigeria eventually getting the better of Senegal, 3-1 in that shootout. Meanwhile, in the other quarter-final, also taking place as we speak, it remains 2-1 to Egypt against Ghana. Still playing there, the 11th minute of stoppage time, plenty of additional time required there as well. But the young Pharaohs nearly through to the World Cup and the Final Four, along with Nigeria. Flying Eagles are secured of their spot in Chile. That is the prize on offer here for these two, as well as the semi-final berth. What will we see in the next 30 minutes? Does either side go all out for a winner? Do they try and play it safe, reduce the potential opportunities for the opposition? There's one more likely to do that. To say it's the team with 10 men now. El Abdelawi and Awad, the other 2 substitutes introduced in that triple change by Mohamed Wabi. Still 2 substitutions available to each head coach. Imagine we may see one here, if not immediately, pretty soon into additional time. Do they save them to bring on penalty takers late on, should we remain level for yet more time. Well, Adam Boya heads back towards the centre spot with the ball. He would rather have liked to have put things to bed already with one of those two gilt-edged chances. Has to get his head up. It does seem to be down a touch. A prayer perhaps for Mohamed Lamine Camara. Do his players need divine intervention? A numerical disadvantage, half an hour to play. Get underway for that half an hour right now. Into extra time we go in Cairo. The utmost jeopardy here. These two fighting for not just a place in the semi-finals, but a place at the Under-20 World Cup in Chile in 4 months' time. Morocco with the ball, going through the motions, patient passing in the early seconds. I think a sign already. The shooting stars approach to this extra half an hour to be pretty defensive in their setup. Someone slotted into that right back role. Looks to be Fofana, if anyone. It's the fresh legs to fulfill an effective wing back role. Number 7 brought on pretty late in the 90. Is it actually 3 central defenders now? Time will tell. For now, Morocco look to penetrate however many blue shirts are in front of them, which is pretty much every single one of them. There goes Bruno Camara, checked on by an opposition player. Teammates play on. El Abdelawi wins a corner. Leone captain now gets back to his feet. It's an old plus. Whistle there. Who came the closest to develop in the first half. Sends it towards his teammates who perhaps should have in the second half. Shot from range. Came in from Fouad Zaouani. Left back though, not threatening to Jallo as much as some of the others in red and green have this evening. Well, we nearly had the utmost late drama in Cairo. It's over. In Suez, there was incredible late drama. Ghana equalising with a 101st minute penalty. As there's more frustration for the Morocco captain, with a disappointing delivery. Ghana got what Dayak side were hoping for. A last minute spot kick. Denied twice. Ghana got their penalty. Abdul Hakim Sulemana converted in the 11th minute of stoppage time. So we still don't know either of the two teams who will join Nigeria in the Final Four First whistle of the evening. Sayewani forced the issue down the left. Fofana didn't succeed in taking it off him, but Gandhi did. Centre forward Mike doing his defensive duties as well. Seems to be Gandhi and Momo Kamara. It's the front two. There's another change seemingly in the offing for Morocco. Final quarter-final will be getting underway pretty soon. South Africa taking on the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The match will start in about 50 minutes. Will we have ended here? 25 to go, plus a break, plus the potential to shootout. Samuel Gandhi, the right-hand side now. Fofana sending that goalwards even further out than his fellow fullback, a more permanent fullback in Mara Keita. Did towards the end of the 90 minutes, and spectacular effort it was. Sayewani can't find a teammate, and in fact finds Momo Kamara with his what should have been simple header back to Bakti. Gandhi can't thread that between the midfield duo of Sadak and Lalawi. Dayak. Simple pass. Over to Sadak. Into the middle. Calmly claimed by Mamadou Diallo. Ismail Bakti watching on. He was one of 5 goal scorers in the group stage for Morocco. 5 players scoring 6 goals. With his feet, a 6th, scoring a 7th. No. Head in hands for El Abdelawi. Brilliant ball forwards. It was missed. He went for the cute dink over the top of Diallo. Celebrated like a goal by the Sierra Leone fans. Latest in a number of escapes for the Shooting Stars, be it via the pitch side monitor or their goalkeeper. Oh, good work from Diallo. Stayed on his feet, stayed tall, stayed big, and denied El Abdelawi. They are tied with South Africa for the most goal scorers among the quarter-finalists, Morocco with a tally of 5. He also boasted the highest shot conversion rate of any quarter-finalist, 20% coming into this one. That percentage will have dropped as Sayewani goes down, looks towards the referee, doesn't get the free kick he was hoping for. Because yes, a number of attempts made by Morocco, 15 in all in the 100 or so minutes thus far. 11 for Sierra Leone, each have only got 4 of those on target. The XG was pretty low for much of the game. It did ramp up mostly for those chances for Adam Bouyar. You'd imagine Morocco have nearly ticked past the 1.0 mark. They have in fact now moved on beyond 1. Sierra Leone still down at 0.26. And yet, for that XG, we remain goalless as Mohamed Wabi makes his final 2 changes. On will come Ilyas Saudi, the Den Bosch 20-year-old, born in Eindhoven, plays in the Netherlands as well. This Cubs hero. Also coming on there. Sahabri for Morocco. Fresh legs for the final 20 minutes of play. Another fresh sets of legs for Sierra Leone. Carbo gives away a free kick. Maxi. Sit on through to Bouma Saudi. And well, I'd like to say the ultimate super sub. His first touch and assist, but as he did pick out Awad, the offside flag has gone up. It will of course be checked by VAR. Well, no question that Awad was onside, but was Ilyas Saudi as well. That's the question, that's the one we need to see the freeze frame of. Here it is, and indeed it was the almost super sub in an offside position. Latest head in hands moment for Morocco. Awad thinking he was about to be the hero. I feel this will come down to 1 goal, if any. There's Issa Habri, 19-year-old Ren defender. He's replaced Sayawani down that left-hand side. To right, heads it away, but only as far as Boya. Bafana doing a good job at the right-back role he wasn't expecting to have to fill. Did leave too much space on that occasion, nearly cost his side. But Saudi in an offside position. That cross less dangerous, plucked out of the air by Jallo, who wants to set away a quick counter, didn't have the options. In fairness, his teammates have done a fair bit more running, and trying to muster up the energy deep into this match. 2¼ hours since we got underway. To burst from one end to the other is a bit of an ask. Taken on the chest by Kagbo and Kutun. With the foul. So Sierra Leone, their first dangerously positioned free kick in some time, to say. I've got forward on occasion. You take it short. Kamara let fly from range. Not nowhere near matching up his spectacular long-range hat-trick as it was against Egypt. Here against another North African side. North Africa meeting West Africa. Morocco's overall record against West African teams coming into tonight stood at 20 matches played, 8 won, 6 drawn, 6 lost. The back foot here, it's a goal kick. Is he going to get it? Don't think so. Perhaps tell from the lack of protest that he wasn't sure about that, but was it in fact offside against Cargo? No, it is to be a Sierra Leone corner. It'll be an outswinger, and it's missed by Ben Schausch. Boyart getting his head to the ball. This time in his own area. Morocco with the attempted breakaway. Momo Kamara flying across to bring down Habri. I felt that was cynical. Got a huge amount of contact between the Sierra Leone captain and the new lift back for the Atlas Cubs. We can't believe no card was produced. So we enter stoppage time once again for the third time this evening. Just 1 minute this time. At the end of this first 15 minutes added on. And almost 15 minutes in terms of stoppage time at the end of the 90. Is there time for one more chance before we have a quick break? Here is Habri. Uma Saudi goes for the 1-2, gets it. Now what can he deliver? Goal! Charged down by two in blue. The crucial intervention, I think, was Mohamed Kamara. Well work move, found the space. Very important block. Mohamed Wabi getting more and more animated as the evening stretches on. Disappointing corner. And it is the final action of this first period of extra time. Players will switch ends, as signalled by the referee, and go again for one more quarter of an hour. There's nothing to separate them. The next time referee blows to signal the end of a period of play, we will go to a penalty shootout. See there, he's distraught, Ismail Awad. It was the right call, an offside decision. Won't hurt any less, but he, like Boyart before him, move on, focus on chances to come. Nothing Awad did wrong, he was onside and headed home. It's a full moon tonight in Cairo. Will be shining brightest come the final whistle. Plenty of shooting stars on the pitch, already in the sky, aimed to wish upon. Another huddle for the shooting stars in blue. Chance to make any one of them a hero. Already in uncharted territory. They've been in uncharted territory since they arrived in Egypt. Debutants at the under-20 AFCON. They have shown they absolutely belong. They're now taking former winners all the way here. Another substitution to be made by Mohamed Wabi. His sixth of the night. Now into extra time. On will come Amin Boukamir to replace Hossam Esadak. Straight swap in midfield. Esadak off, Boukamir on. Plays in the Belgian league for Charleroi. Just a single appearance. the Belgian Pro League for the 18-year-old. Senior debut earlier this season. It'll be he who decides matters here in Cairo. Towards the Bouma Saudi. Fofana with the challenge. Finds the space for the cross. It's over the head of Awad. To a man, they're getting back and defending Sierra Leone. Can't fault their unity or their tenacity. Did at times forget that they're a man light during that first period of extra time. Certainly more defensive than they were in the 90 with 11, but haven't looked outnumbered too often. It's that one moment where Morocco broke through the defensive lines. Could there be another here? El Abdellaoui lays it back to Boukamir. His first chance to get involved. All 10 in blue behind the ball, practically are in their own final third. Lovely footwork there from Boyar, spins away, it's delivered in. That's by Zaiwani, but by Habri now pushing forwards from left back. Both dangerous in their own right, both with an excellent ability to cross the ball. That one though didn't beat the Sierra Leone defender at the front post. Another chance for Habri. That's a better ball. It was right onto the boot of El Abdellaoui, who looks to the heavens. Far from an easy chance, this one, for the substitute. But still would have expected to do better there. Perhaps Tess Jallow. They've had their opportunities, the Atlas Cubs. Off comes Gandhi, on comes Abu Bakar Sherif. Just a fourth change, surprisingly, for Mohamed Lamine Camara. Didn't make a change after the dismissal for Samba Juma Ba. It's that reshuffle to bring Fofana back to that right back role. They've done well in this new setup. Shot from range. Jallow gets behind it, gathers it up at the second time of asking. It was Ismail Balf this time. Saw his name in lights. Well struck, just too close to the keeper. A tough watch for those who've made way. Feel helpless, unable to play their part in whatever happens from here on out. Koutoun fires it forwards to Awad. Ends up back with the number 2 via El Abdellaoui. Habri with a run into space, which was turned down by Bakhti. It's worked through though now, and it's all the way through to Lalawi. Heroic tackle. Fofana getting back, getting his boot to the ball first. Question of offside. May have had picked up by the microphone on the Sierra Leone defenders. The grimace from Lalawi, not the first for a Moroccan player in recent minutes. They do have the corner though. It's over the jump of Jallo, but over pretty much everyone else as well. Lalawi keeps it alive. It's a disappointing delivery though from Kutun. Momo Kamara all alone. The captain, the target man now. Not the traditional target man, lacking the height of your usual centre forward, but plenty of pace, plenty of finishing ability as well. Should they spot the chance to counter. Mentioned those 20 games against West African opponents for Morocco. 2 of their draws ended in defeat via a penalty shootout against sides from West Africa. Unbeaten in the last 5 of those in open play. Their last loss coming via a 1-0 defeat to Côte d'Ivoire back in 2003. Looking to make more history here, Sierra Leone. They won't care about the minor points like that though. They just want to spot the Under-20 World Cup and the semi-finals of this competition. Kutun able to bring it all the way to the final third. El Abdelawi checks back, gets his head up, but can only pick out Alpha Kabia. Kamara waits for reinforcements to arrive. They do, in the shape of Kagbo amongst others. Bit of possession here for Sierra Leone. Haven't seen much of it in the last 20 minutes. Can't do anything with the ball here. But that is a very speculative effort. Well, he's got it in his locker, we know that, Momo Kamara. But that would have topped all of his previous 4 goals in this competition. He'd scored the winner in the 113th minute from not much past the halfway line. It was heading goalwards. Ben Schausch off his line, but was able to track back a touch and claim that one before it caused any real trouble. Nine of the 10 players in blue practically in their own box now. Pretty much all 10, in fact. Fofana scrambling back to try and prevent the corner. Didn't get there in time. There was the effort, the centre circle. Drove it towards goal. With a bit more height, I tell you what, that could have been something really, really special. But as it is, it's a Morocco corner, away by Kabia. Another hot shot from range, this time from Kutun. That one far less threatening than Kamara's. Sails well over the bar and a few instructions from the sidelines just to calm down, I think, was the clear signal there. Morocco unbeaten thus far in this competition. Went through the group stage without a defeat for the 3rd time in the Under-20 AFCON. Also did so in 2005 and 2021. And this makes it 13 games unbeaten in open play at the finals, including the 90 minutes here. 6 wins, 7 draws. Last defeat in open play also came in 2003 at a 4-0 loss to Egypt. But here in Egypt, they're looking for a late winner in extra time, punched away by Jallo. Kept alive by Habri. Saudi trying to create the space for something. That is something. It's in. A clearance off the line, which didn't clear the goal. Instead, sent into the roof of the net. Well, speaking of 13, it's the number 13 for Sierra Leone, Amara Keita, who could only send that into his own goal. Unlucky for some, number 13, unlucky for Keita on this occasion. They've huffed, they've puffed, they've finally knocked down this absolute wall of a Sierra Leone defence. Cello hunched over, he can't believe it, 5 minutes left of extra time. Don't know if that'll go down as an own goal or a Bouma Saudi goal. Morocco won't care as long as it stands. Can't see any reason it won't. Turning this way and that. Don't think he was hoping to find the goal. Was it going on target? It'll certainly be one for the dubious goals committee. Lurking right behind him was El Abdelawi. Might have been heading for the post. This will be the angle. Oh, I think it's going in anyway. There'll be scant consolation for Keita though. It was over the head of Jallo. That's what it means to those in red and green. Ilyas Bouma Saudi says, who else? Makes a pretty decent case to start the semi-final if Morocco can hold on. He becomes the 6th different Morocco player to score one of their 7 goals, and that perhaps the most important of all, as it just booked them a spot in the semis and a spot at the Under-20 World Cup. Sierra Leone send the ball forwards. They will give it everything here for the remaining 3 minutes or so. Amara Keita. Will be determined to make amends, maybe even someone into the right net. For now has to sit back, leave it to his teammates to charge forwards. It's picked up by Kagbo. Block for Kutun. Commendably stays on his feet despite a touch of cramp. And it's into the right back again. Struggling to stay upright. Keita spins away. Al Abdelawi shielding the ball. To right. Sends it forwards. Only as far as Lalawi. It's Fofana, another long ball. Haven't seen many of them from Sierra Leone. Try to spring counter-attacks and produce patient play with short passes. Somehow the youngest Morocco fan in the stands is still awake. Now they are wide awake. Every fan has a yellow card. Goes the way seemingly of Issa Habri there. 10 men of Sierra Leone are running out of time. Just 1 minute left of the 30 added on after the 90, which produced nothing to separate the two. Indeed, it was a yellow for Habri. Here's Fofana. Can't turn away from Adeboya. Forced back all the way to his keeper. Jallo goes long, but not that long. Doesn't find the halfway line. Mohamed Kamara denied on the left-hand side. Kabia. Now it's Morocco defending hard, but with an extra man. look to break away here. Out came Jello. Just about beat El Abdellaoui to the ball. The 120 minutes are up. Will there be any added on? 60 seconds for Sierra Leone to save themselves once again. A few scares this evening, right at the end of the scheduled 90. A few more in the 30 minutes of extra time. One finally was their undoing. And it was Ben Chao, she got a hand to it, and then was sent flying by Bangara. He stays down. Was that the final opportunity? It was now or never for the Shooting Stars. Is it destined to be never? This is where it all came from. A punch out from Jallo, not properly cleared. The quick feet, the fresh legs of Fuma Saudi. And whether intentional or not, his cross gun shot, which nestled in the net, has sent Morocco into the semi-finals and to the Under-20 World Cup. The Sierra Leone players sink to the turf. A valiant effort from the Under-20 AFCON debutants. And it's late break for those in blue. Sheer delight for the Atlas Cubs in red and green. They fly the flag, they will do so in Chile in September too. Fuma Saudi, the hero, brought on late on, forcing the issue that saw Morocco eventually over the line. Sierra Leone have done themselves proud. I'm sure they'll be back for a second appearance in the Under-20 AFCON. Of course, not many in this group. Rules as they are, they will forever go down in history. The first Shooting Stars, not just the Under-20 AFCON, into the knockout rounds as well. They couldn't quite clear that final hurdle to the Final Four and the World Cup. Instead, it was Morocco who did so. Every ounce of effort rewarding for the Atlas Cubs. Alaoui taking off his boots, exhausted visibly. The contrast of emotions, that's football for you. All smiles though, Mohamed Wabi delighted. Morocco's quest for a first Under-20 AFCON title in almost 30 years will go on. Amadou Jallo picked back up to his feet. The adventure over for the Shooting Stars. Perhaps relief for Morocco. They didn't have to go to a shootout. They had lost all 4 of their penalty shootouts at the finals to Tunisia in 1981, Nigeria, Benin, and then Tunisia again 40 years later in 2021. Their last appearance, they missed the tournament altogether in 2023. But now back here in 25, they've made it to the Final Four. Round of applause for the travelling fans from their beloved players. And your man of the match this evening, unsurprisingly, Ilyas Fuma Saudi.
Thank you, yeah. It was a tough game, but we are a great team. Very proud of this team. And now the semi-finals, and then we go inshallah for the final, and then inshallah for the cup. Yeah, it was. I don't know what goes behind me, but I'm only happy now, and I want to celebrate with my teammates. Thank you. Alhamdulillah.
Well, a humble hero, Uma Saudi. I think still not sure if he'll get the goal. I think he will. Got the perfect angle. He seemed to be heading just inside that post before Amara Keita sent it up into the roof of his own net. Nothing else he could do in that position. El Abdellaoui lurking behind as he was. And so, the tale of a fascinating 2 hours and 45 minutes almost of football. 8:45 local time now. Morocco dominating possession ultimately in the latter stages, particularly after that dismissal of Samba Juma Ba. 5 shots on target apiece, 20 in total for Morocco. Only 1 found the net, but that's all they needed in the end. The only statistic that truly matters there, the one at the top of your screen, which reads Morocco 1, Sierra Leone 0. Still nothing to separate Ghana and Egypt in the other quarter-final. Remains 2-2 there. Still playing. So we're yet to know whose opponents Morocco's